Today we're going to look at how to draw an ellipse using the circle method. And before we start drawing an ellipse, we need to remind ourselves of the main parts of it. We have the major axis, which is the longest axis, and the minor axis, which is our shorter one. So in this example, the major axis is going to be 100 millimeters. And the minor axis is going to be 60. So we'll start by drawing in our major axis horizontally with our t-square. So I'm going to start here at 10 centimeters and go up to 20. There we have 100 millimeters. I can nice and easily mark off the center there. Our minor axis is 60. So it's going to go 30 millimeters above and 30 millimeters below. Now I'm going to draw two circles. One is going to be a radius of 30 millimeters, so going around our minor axis. And the second is going to be a radius of 50 millimeters, so it'll go right around our major axis. There we go. I'm going to divide these circles up into 12 little segments. So I can take my 60-30 degree set square. There's one. And just go through the center with the different angles that I need. I'm just going to extend the minor axis there as a construction line. Now, the 4 points that I know will be on the ellipse will be each end of the minor axis and each end of the major axis. What I do now is I come out to each of the points here. So this point, where these lines cross the small circle for the minor axis, I'm going to draw a horizontal line out. Then I'm going to come out to where this line meets the big circle. Come down along here. And while I'm set up, I'll do each side at the same time. And this connecting point here, where the two lines meet, is another point on my ellipse. So I'll do that again for these lines. Construction line right across, where each of these lines meets a small circle, and then where it meets the larger circle for the major axis, vertical line, and the intersection is another point on my ellipse. And we can already see how the ellipse is taking shape. Repeat for the top. And there are two more points. And there are last lines up here. Let me find the intersection again. Now I have 12 points for my ellipse, and that's loads to draw a nice freehand curve. So I'm going to take my t-square out of the way. And when you're drawing a freehand curve, I would normally start with lots of gentle small strokes, nice and light, to begin to find the curve. There we go. And if necessary, move yourself around so you can get a nice angle on it. And because these are only construction lines and nice light strokes, don't worry if a few of them go off. We can go back and fix it all later on. So now I have kind of an outline of what it's going to look like. I can get a bit more confident and I can go over and get a nice finishing line. Again, I'm still going to do small strokes because they're easier then to make a nice curve. And there we have it, one ellipse.